Target has already lost $9 billion in just the span of a week. Just to put that into perspective with Bud Light Anheuser-Busch, they have lost a whopping $15 billion in a span of 7 weeks. Target is already past the 50% mark in just one single week. And all this is happening because Target, for God knows what, decided to introduce Pride clothing for kids, as well as having an LGBTQ brand that revolves around satanic themes, and having customers throwing displays to the ground because of them being upset, as we continue to see companies trying to normalize these ideas as if the vast majority of the population represents these groups when in fact they don't. And especially kids, because the more you see these products and whatnot, the more you think that this is the normal when in fact it isn't. That's what these companies are trying to push. But for many people, they don't see this as normal and are getting sick of it, especially when it involves kids, which is why we're starting to see this rise in people voicing their opinions of disapproval and speaking with their wallets and not supporting these companies. We've seen that with Bud Light, and then they get into a panic because they've never ever experienced anything like this before. And Target may start facing a similar problem, just as with what we're seeing with Bud Light, with continued losses in the company's value as well as sales drops from week to week. And that's what happens when agendas are involved and not trying to let your customers shop happily and putting them as your first priority. Because without a customer base, you have nothing left. And before we get into this article, if you haven't, please subscribe and like. It helps a lot and I much appreciate it. Target loses $9 billion in week following boycott calls over LGBTQ friendly kids clothing. Target has lost $9 billion in market value since angry social media users called for a boycott of the Minneapolis-based retailer over its rollout of the Pride collection featuring LGBTQ friendly clothing for children. And just like with the not-so-friendly school books that kids are able to read, these kinds of things get people in an uproar because parents want to teach their own kids. They don't want these corporations or these other systems doing that for them, putting in ideas into their heads that no kids should even be thinking about at their age. The last thing you ever want to do to a kid is to ruin their innocence, and no one wants anyone to ever mess with their kids. That's the bottom line. A week ago Wednesday, before the controversy erupted, Target stock closed at $160.96 a share, giving the big box chain a market capitalization of $74.3 billion. As of early trading on Thursday, however, shares of the company were trading off by 1% at $141.76 a share, capping a week-long tumble that has shrunk the cheap chick discount retailer's value to $65.3 billion. That amounts to a 12% drop that has shaved a whopping $9 billion off the company's market capitalization. And as of the recording of this video, Target stock has fallen even further, below that $141 figure, to $139.63 a share, just continuing to be on this downward trend. Target said on Tuesday it was removing some items from its stores and making other changes to its LGBTQ+ merchandise nationwide ahead of Pride Month after intense backlash from some customers who confronted workers and tipped over displays. And with the removal of some Pride items, Target is more than likely going to be pissing off their exact customers that they're trying to promote these items to. So then you have lost your average customer who is pissed that Pride is being represented on kids' clothing, and you have also lost a portion of the other smaller customer base for Pride Month. It's like a sandwich. You are trapped on both sides. Target said, since introducing this year's collection, we've experienced threats impacting our team members' sense of safety and well-being while at work, Target said in a statement on Tuesday. Given these volatile circumstances, we are making adjustments to our plans, including removing items that have been at the center of the most significant confrontational behavior. Target said that customers knocked down Pride displays at some stores, angrily approached workers, and posted threatening videos on social media from inside the stores. That was just days ago after Target CEO Brian Cornell had defended the LGBTQ-friendly merchandise, saying it was the right thing for society. How stupid are you in having yourself saying that it is the right thing for society? How about maybe you should start to listen to your customers who are upset and learn from them? Because without your customers, you have nothing. Society chooses what is wrong and what is right. You don't have one person deciding that. And if you go against society, you're ultimately going to fail, because then no one is going to want to support you in whatever you're selling. Target declined to specify Wednesday which items it was removing, but among the ones that garnered the most attention were tuck-friendly women's swimsuits that allow trans women who have not had gender-affirming operations to conceal their private parts, once again attacking biological women. Designs by Ab Pralan, a London-based company that designs and sells occult and satanic-themed LGBTQ+ clothing and accessories, have also created a backlash. Why would Target want to associate themselves with someone who has made satanic-themed clothings? No clue, but that's something you don't want to be associated with. And selling these products to your potential customers that don't like those themes, because your brand will become associated with it by your customers. And then you'll piss off your other customers who are religious, which is what this boycott started out from, as well as the pride clothing for kids. Because association is a thing. No matter if you are a saint, as long as you're spotted with an evil person, people will think of you like that. The Pride merchandise has been on sale since early May. And then you have veterans only having a single day to celebrate themselves for putting their lives on the line. Just something to think about. Pride Month is held in June. Target confirmed that it has moved its Pride merchandise from the front of the stores to the back in some southern stores after confrontations and backlash from shoppers in those areas. And I'll keep saying this and will always. Pride Month is a month where companies use pride to further their profits. And as soon as it's over at the end of June, they move on as if nothing ever happened until next year when the cycle repeats itself because it's easy money. Now, will this boycott be as big as Bud Light? I don't think so, but that doesn't mean that their stock won't continue to drift lower within the coming few days or weeks. And with June just around the corner, I have no clue how things are going to pan out for other companies who celebrate Pride Month. Could we start to see more boycotts, just as what we're seeing with Target and Bud Light? Maybe, maybe not. Let me know what you think. And even if Target does decide to drop all their Pride Month products or decides not to, you're going to have upset people either way you choose. And with all that in mind, I'll get your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.